Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Michael and I'm bitten by a radioactive book. Today I'm doing more of a discussion type of video because yesterday actually one of my viewers, a mental philosopher, asked me a question. I read a few things out of his comment. He wrote, "I think it would be interesting for me and others to find out how you organize your digital reading." And then he goes on a little bit about how it is for him and ends with, "So it would be interesting to hear from someone who has gone completely or totally digital, how they handle it." Yeah, and I thought that might be a nice quick discussion topic. So I talk a little bit about the process I have with getting books, finding books, organizing books, and stuff like that. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to go into is actually something that happens prior to the acquisition of a book. I normally start out when I find a book, usually through a blog site, through a publisher site, or through like Amazon coming up books or something like that, that I will mark this book as to read on Goodreads. So Goodreads is a major help and is like a database for me where I just file in everything that yeah, I want to read. And then I normally look it up on Amazon because I have a Kindle, so I usually buy on Amazon, and see if there is a Kindle version of the book. And if there is, I mark that on my wish list, or if there's not, I mark the paperback on my wish list and wait and see when it then comes out if there is an associated Kindle version or not. And usually, so I use my Amazon wishlist then. I check it like 2 or 3 times a week to see if one of the books has a price drop or something like that that can change very quickly there. So frequently checking gets you like the good offers. And yes, that is the main way then I organize my pre-purchase, and then when I purchase the book I go into another segment that I'm talking about right now. So normally the organization happens again through Kindle and through Goodreads. What I normally do each year before the year starts, actually I'm about to do that in the next couple of days, is that I look through all the books I have and yeah, think of which would have like a larger priority for me to read. And I have like different shelves on Goodreads. I have a lot of shelves, and one of or 5 of them are like priorities, where I organize my books in priority 1 from the highest to 5 to the lowest. And so everything that is in priority 1 is something I want to read more like immediately, of course. And out of these books I normally take then a couple, around 50, 70, and put them into another shelf that is then called Orga, for organization. Want to read 2016, or plan to read 2016. And so I have an overview of all the books that I think, at least at the start of the year, that I want to read. So then what I do on my Kindle is I have like 13 different folders, one for each month of the year, and one that is like currently reading. And I, at the beginning of the year, I try to plan out what would fit in where. For example, if I know I have a series where I have read book number 1 and I liked it and I want to continue with the series, and 2 books are out and I have the 2 books and a 3rd book is coming out, let's say in May. Then I know, okay, it would be great if I would get to the book in May, so before I have to read the other 2 books. So I would organize putting the 2nd part in the March folder, the 3rd part in the April folder, and then the book comes out supposedly in May, so I would read that one in May. So that is then how the plan from my side of the table shapes. When I say my side of the table, there is another part that organizes my reading, and this is buddy reads. Because through the last year I did a lot of buddy reading, and so usually books come up. I see books in TBR videos of other people in book hauls, and then I contact them and say, oh, I have this book as well and I would like to read it. What do you want to read it with me together? And then normally, yeah, we come up with plans with 2, 3, 4 people to read books together. And when we set dates for those, of course, they go then into the corresponding month. And thus, I have like about 10-ish 12, maybe 15 books in each folder for each month. I don't get to all of them. That is just like a pre-planning tool for me, what would be or what could happen in this month. And then it is just like going through the year and looking into the monthly folders and see, okay, I can get to this, I can get to that, then maybe another buddy read comes up. Then suddenly a book turns up that everybody's talking about, and I say, okay, I want to read that immediately. Then I buy it and it goes directly into the currently reading folder. But normally it's about like the next 6 to 10 books I want to start or will start, and the books I'm actually currently reading that get into this currently reading folder. And when I finish a book, I delete the book from the Kindle, so I know everything on the Kindle is just like books that I still have to read, and I have like a larger file on my computer and on a separated second hard disk that contains all of my books. So in case it gets lost or I get disconnected from the internet for a couple of days or even weeks, I have backup files for everything. And yeah, that's mainly how I organize my reading, and it works out really, really well for me. It helps that I have a good memory, so I know even if I started a book like 6 or 7 years ago, or a series like 6 or 7 years ago, on what book I am and what I still have to read. So on my Kindle are mainly like the #1 books in series that I haven't started, and the #2 or #3 or number whatever book that I need to read next in the series. So on the Kindle there are usually like 600 to 700 books on the Kindle at the moment. So I'm really in that process where I run out of space. So people that are like, oh I don't know how to get these 2 or 3 gigs storage space full on the Kindle. I'm always like, I had the moments like I think twice this year where I had to delete books because I had too many and couldn't add new books I had just bought and wanted to have on it. So yeah. I have a lot of books already then on the Kindle, and sometimes what I do quite regularly, maybe once a month, is that I just browse through all the books that I haven't sorted into any of the folders, and yeah, just go through them and think, oh yeah, that might be a series that speaks to me at the moment, so maybe I should put it in one of the folders for the next couple of months, or even into the currently reading folder, so I won't forget about these series. Yeah, and that is mainly how I organize my digital reading. So that was all for today. I hope it wasn't too boring for the people that just read like physical books. I hope to see you soon. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye.